Hello and welcome to the 8075 Talk Show. My name is Luke, and here is my match review for Rotherham versus Birmingham City. And yeah, well, that was shit. Like every other match, I wrote down my notes during the game, and I'll read my notes out. There are things that change during the game. It's the nature of the game, but you have to imagine that with the timestamps that I give, this is how I felt at the time. Unfortunately, I missed the first 20 minutes of the game, dealing to a family crisis I was dealing with. So 20 minutes in, and the first thing I saw was Rotherham players being allowed miles of space to run towards our box or run down the wings. 8 minutes later, Rotherham 1-0. Richard Woods was the scorer. Decent header from a decent cross, and the shoulders and heads of the Blues players just hit the floor. We didn't play with any intensity during the first half. It was almost like the players didn't give a shit. 29 minutes, less than a minute later, another cross from the left-hand side, right-footed shot close to the goal, and it went millimetres wide. Rotherham should have been 2-0 up. Rotherham were throwing everything at us, including the kitchen sink. I watched Mark Roberts just let one of the Rotherham players past him. Again, it was like every other game we've played recently. The second we get the ball, we just boot it upfield, and Rotherham got it back. It's like we'd forgotten how to play football, and it's a typical thing for Blues. We buy these players that can play, and we know they can play. And the second they put the Blues shirt on, they forget it. And they just go, boot the ball. Rotherham had such an air of belief about it was unreal. You could see they knew they weren't going to get beaten. The Blues players' shoulders had sunk so much, I'm surprised they weren't scraping up the grass. When we do pass the ball, and I mean pass, not boot, it was a wild pass, no accuracy and way too much power. There was a tackle on Jordan James, which caused a scuffle between Deeney and Rathbone. Both Deeney and Rathbone were booked. That was the most passion I saw off the Blues players in the first half. Another chance for Rotherham. Again, player has loads of free space down the right wing. Good ball in, and luckily the shot was just wild. Blues should have been 3-0 down at this point. Rotherham really had the best half. Blues haven't been able to touch them. We were playing so deep, all 11 of our lads were in our own half. So what do? The second we get the ball, we boot it. And obviously none of our lads are quick enough to go get it, so that's the point. 45th minute +2, Jordan James was shown a yellow card. Half-time, and the Blues fans, you really could hear how displeased they were. Disappointing is not the word I would use. The players was just the players deserved the boos that were ringing around that New York stadium. And it looks like we're exactly where we were last season. No consistent play. Best pass of the first half came right at the end, where Jordan James passed from Hogan from the middle to right to the edge of the byline, and Hogan brought it back into the Rotherham box. No player there. Bacuna just let the ball, didn't even bother going after it, so let the Rotherham player get it. Rotherham deserved to be in the lead. In fact, I'd go as far to say Rotherham deserved to be 2 or 3 up, not just one. We played poorly. They really put the pressure on us. With the squad playing the way they are, I would be amazed if we'd get any more points this season. Something needs to change, and we'll be right down at the bottom by the time the season comes to a close. To quote a friend of mine who texted me at half-time, he's actually at the game. Your video is going to be easy. Just say Blues are playing shite and end it there. And I couldn't agree with him more. In the first half, we had absolutely no shots, no corners, no key passes, and Rotherham had 9 shots and 3 corners and 8 key passes. My last note before second half kicked off was, with the transfers coming to a close very soon, Blues need to get players in. Right now, it doesn't matter if they're loans or permanents. Something has to change, and soon. Sitting there at half-time, I'm so demoralised by what's happened to our club, both on and off the pitch. Second half kicked off. Maxim Collin came off for Jordan Graham. Maxim Collin did receive a knock during the first half, which I didn't note down. I do apologise. Much better intensity for the Blues. We came out the traps running, 47 minutes in. Scott Hogan had shot saved, very close to the goal. Ball landed to Bacuna, who just blasted it straight over the bar. 49th minute, Wes Harding came on for Rotherham. And then shortly after, another substitute for Rotherham, I didn't catch the name. Both due to injuries. Much better start from Blues that half. Couple of balls over the top behind, mostly from Graham. Williams tried to put a through ball to Deeney, but unfortunately the pass was just overcooked again. Much better from Blues. The fans reacted. You could hear the volume of Rotherham fans had dropped, and the Blues fans got louder. 58th minute was our first corner of the game. Much better from Blues. I don't know if it was we are playing better in the first, or the first half just knackered Rotherham out. There is a definite drop in what their intensity was. Very, very close header from Scott Hogan from a long throw from Roberts. And then in the 61st minutes, Roberts gave away a very cheap penalty. To be honest, and even the commentators agreed, it wasn't a penalty. The Rotherham player threw himself to the ground. It was very dramatic. I believe he is up for an Oscar now. Shot goes to the right, and Ruddy managed to go the same way and get a foot to it. I think the shot went down the middle. Ruddy went to the right, but he left his trailing leg in the way. And the Blues fans ignited into a chorus of keep right on. Ruddy got off his feet and started shouting at his defenders, blood red in the face, letting him know exactly what he thinks. Unfortunately, the penalty seems to have given Rotherham a bit of a boost, but Blues were matching that intensity. And then the three changes happened. Deeney for Cosgrove, Jordan James for Ryan Stirk, and George Hall for Gary Gardner. I write down that I worry the triple substitute will alter how we are playing and relieve the pressure that we are currently putting on Rotherham. Momentum seemed to be going the Blues' way. Rotherham looked shell-shocked at moments, and they were really trying to slow the game down. 70 minutes in, another header from Woods, and Rotherham were 2-0 up. And again, it was a simple cross to deal with. I've actually wrote down another simple cross to deal with, and you saw our net bulge. Again, no pressure on the player making the cross gives Rotherham another goal. And we're right back to where we were in the first half. No intensity, and the flow is all with Rotherham. 74th minute in, Rotherham made a double substitution, and now they sit back in their own half, defending like crazy. Well, there wasn't much defending. We just really passed the ball around. 77 minutes in, and you can see some Blues fans were actually leaving the stadium, and that shows exactly what this team has done to the fans. Once again, Blues are chasing Rotherham, and they're very happy to just run down the clock as much as they can. 82nd minute, Bakuna for Joe Bellingham. Good cross from Graham from a free kick on the right-hand side. Again, well defended by Rotherham. 88th minute, there was a really good header from Roberts from a Graham corner, but there was no power behind it, so the keeper held on to it and denied us even a consolation goal. And 90th minute, Scott Hogan placed a shot wide from extremely close range. 5 minutes extra time added on. Williams did a very good run down the left wing, took a shot at the keeper. Keeper's near post. Unfortunately, keeper got to it. And it ended 2-0. What can I say apart from another game where we lacked intensity and have been punished for it? Rotherham deserved their goals. They were the better side. We had moments, and I do mean moments, where we were on it, but the rest of the time we just lacked everything we needed to even make a dent in this game. I stick with what I said earlier. Unless something changes, I can't see us getting any points. With the transfers coming to an end very soon, the whole team at Blues, on and off the pitch, need to do something. We need to get bodies across the line, whether it be permanent or loans. It doesn't matter right now, because if they don't, I can see us being at the bottom of the table very soon. And this time, I cannot see us escaping it. I really can't. As it stands, Rotherham have gone up to 5th, and Birmingham City are 21st. And I am dreading Tuesday evening's game against Norwich, because that's going to be a fucking joke. I can see it being double fucking digits the way Blues are playing. If I had to point to one player that really disappointed me today, it would have been Bakuna. For the first, I'd say, 30 minutes of the match, from what I saw from the stats for the first 20 minutes and from what I saw 15 minutes after that, he was just snapping at everyone, and he was just wild lunges, pulling players back. I'm surprised he never had a yellow. I don't know. I don't know where Blues go from here. I really don't. We're back to where we were. I've got another video coming out shortly about other things that are happening around the Blues, so I will be putting my other more opinions on what's going on behind the scenes there. I just want to focus on the match right now. And right now, I just want to go to the pub. So I'm going to end it right here. 2-0 to Rotherham. We didn't deserve anything from this game. Please like, share, subscribe, make some positive come out of this crap day we've had. And I'll see you all on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and take care, everyone. Bye, guys.